Hello friends, myself Deepmala. Here I am going to discuss some basic but important biochemical techniques. I will provide you some practical guidance regarding this and then explain you how to design an experiment so that you may get best result of your project or research work, and also to know about strategies regarding enzyme or protein purification. And this topic will contain a series of videos. Today is the first part. When we are doing protein purification, we should have essential information about our desired protein. For example, where it is reside in the cell, it is a extracellular or intracellular, because this information will give an idea about the procedure we should follow for its isolation. Let us take example. When it is a cytosolic protein, it might be lacking disulfide bond, because these bond can only form in oxidizing environment, while cytoplasm provide reducing environment. Protein purification requires 5 major steps. Selection of biological sources, that from that we can isolate the protein. Second thing, we should also have a knowledge about the properties of protein, that is whether it is a hydrophobic in nature, acidic in nature, or basic in nature, and what is the molecular size of its size and its affinity to ligand, and when it is enzyme, the substrate for this enzyme, and what is the product will be formed after the reaction. We should also know about the pi and net charge of protein. The above information will help us definitely to develop an assay. For protein, our task become easy to characterize. In case of enzyme, we can easily proceed for determining enzyme activity, specific activity, fold purification, etc. Here we can see the primary isolation means homogenization of tissue, and after that ammonium sulfate precipitation and dialysis. Final purification includes chromatographic technique. Now this is a general protocol for the protein precipitation. Take the any part or tissue of plant, animal for the protein isolation, and then it should be washed and dried for the some time, and then homogenate in a suitable solvent like PSB, phosphate buffer, and acetate buffer or ethanol, and filter it for removing all the debris. After the filtration, the filtrate will be proceeded for the ammonium sulfate precipitation. One thing I want to reveal, that every step should be performed in the chilled condition. Ammonium sulfate precipitation done according to our choice, that what percentage of saturation we want to do, and this can be performed whether we want to saturate the protein 0 to 20%, 25 to 50%, 75 to 85%, etc. After protein purification by ammonium sulfate, we achieve pure protein by dialysis. Dialysis is the procedure that removes the ammonium sulfate content from the purified protein. After that, we carry out the chromatographic technique, electrophoresis, etc. This slide shows the protein purification method on the basis of its characteristics. For example, on the basis of protein solubility, it can be purified using salting in, salting out. Similarly, on the basis of protein charges, ion exchange chromatography, isoelectric focusing can be used. Next is the basis of proteins polarity, adsorption chromatography, paper chromatography, reverse phase chromatography, and hydrophobic interaction chromatography. And at last, on the basis of molecular size and binding specificity, protein can be purified using these techniques like dialysis, gel electrophoresis, gel filtration chromatography, ultracentrifugation, etc. So in my next video, we will discuss the stepwise procedure for the protein purification. Thank you.